what are some other things that we could do to help, stave off some of this leaving, this deconstruction, this none, the done type thing?
So again, going back to the journal data, what that seems to indicate, like from the Scientific Study of Religion, that journal, is we need to make sure that they have people around them who don't just have some answers, but care. Now, how do we create something like that? Well, first of all, the pastor himself needs to know at least some basic apologetic information so that he's prepared and so that he's able to construct a situation like this in his church that's going to be workable and spot some of the problems that might arise. So I would encourage him to perhaps even audit some classes at a school. He could pick up some great books on this subject or view great internet channels like this one.
Who are some YouTube people? If I'm a pastor and I'm hearing this, or I'm a leader and I'm hearing this right now, and I'm going, okay, you got me. I'm going to tap out here and say, this is probably something I need to listen to. Who are 2 or 3 people online right now, YouTube, they can go to and listen and learn? Who are those people?
A person that I think is extremely successful in exactly this area, who they can connect to, is a guy named Mike Winger.
Okay.
And his channel is Bible Thinker.
But is that Winger?
That's right.
Okay, Mike Winger.
Mike Winger. He's incredible. You're going to love him. Pastors are going to love him. And it's good for including apologetics into pastoral material. Also, Capturing Christianity with my friend Cameron Bertuzzi is a large channel that has scholars on in various areas and then breaks it down where people can understand what the scholars are saying. So if you're a pastor and you're interested in knowing more about how to talk to someone who's dealing with doubts about the Exodus, I think this week Capturing Christianity is going to have a scholar on to talk about the evidence for the Exodus. So those are some channels.
So Winger, Capturing Christianity.
I'll give you one more.
Obviously, I would tell you, listen to Braxton Hunter. He's worth listening to. Go there too. You probably wouldn't say that, but who else?
Yeah. And then one more I'll give you for a lighthearted way of talking about culture is a guy whose channel is called What Do You Meme? Meme spelled M-E-M-E. And What Do You Meme? He's going to do a little 15-minute video 2 or 3 times a week, breaking down something in the culture. Here's something Miley Cyrus did or said or something like that. And so I think those 3 channels are great for this sort of thing. And I think pastors are going to love it. So that'd be a good way for a pastor to be aware of some of those things. I think pastors need to be aware that if you don't provide what we're talking about for people in your church, then the first place, especially young people, but not just young people, are going to go is they're going to go to YouTube. We go to YouTube to find out how to fix a washer and dryer or to figure out whether there's a God,
That's true.
And so, and that is dominated by skepticism and atheism. And you need to be aware of what's out there and what people are running into with that. And so we want to make sure that we are aware of what's going on around us, that even if you're in a rural community, they have access to through the internet. And so, so those are some things. The last thing for that question, Chip, that I would encourage, I'm a big believer in creating small groups, a specific type of small group that is for apologetics. And having at least one person in that group, regardless of their age or whatever else, that knows enough that they can have that they can run that group, and then invite unbelievers.
We actually do have a small group at Grace that does that, so we at least got one thing right. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. And invite unbelievers to come be a part of that, and tell them they can ask whatever question. Don't worry about offending us, as long as you're being respectful and not trying to offend. Just come on and ask your questions. And I think that sort of a situation can really get to something that it's difficult to get to just from the pulpit.
This is just invaluable information, and I guarantee the listeners are going to learn. Let's just promise that we're going to have some more of these conversations in the future. You promise me?
I'm grateful.
Okay, because I really want to do that. So thanks so much for being on, and we will do this again, because I think this is just a subject that we need to do so much more with. Hope you enjoyed the podcast with Braxton Hunter, and continue to watch, because we really want to help you reach the next generation. Hey, Chip here. I just want to take a moment and say thanks so much for watching Reaching the Next Generation. I really hope that this was something that was beneficial to you. And what I would ask, if you really enjoyed this, would you like it? Would you subscribe to it? Would you give us some comments? And most importantly, would you share it? I believe with all of my heart that the material and the content that we have on this channel truly can make a difference and resource pastors and leaders and Christians, and you can help us to truly help others to reach the next generation. Thanks so much for being a part of our channel.